2 through 3s and F&M bullets to rip through tissue. Better say your last goodbyes, cause your fam gon' miss you. A shooting star, so them headshots is not gon' miss you. A young coach, so I'm playing games with her mental.
When a reaction, bring it to the stage, Bob Dylan with the Lonesome Death of Hattie Carroll. And this was March 10th, 1964. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a deep song. The Hurricane was, and I'm pretty sure this is following suit with the Hurricane. Never heard this song before. This was by suggestion. So let's get it.
Killed poor Hattie Carroll with a cane that he twirled around his diamond ring finger at a Baltimore hotel society gathering, and the cops were called in and his weapon took from him as they rode him in custody down to the station and booked Williams and Singer for first-degree murder. And you who philosophize disgrace and criticize our fears, take the rag away from your face. Now ain't the time for your tears. Williams and Singer, who at 24 years owns a tobacco farm of 600 acres with rich, wealthy parents who provide and protect him, and high office relations in the government of Maryland, reacted to his deed with a shrug of his shoulders and swear words and sneering. In his tongue it was snarling, and in a matter of minutes on bail was out walking. And you who philosophize disgrace and criticize our fears, take the rag away from your face. Now ain't the time for your tears. Hattie Carroll was a maid of the kitchen. She was 51 years old and gave birth to 10 children, who carried the dishes and took out the garbage and never sat once at the head of the table, who didn't even speak to the people at the table, who just cleaned up all the food from the table and emptied the ashtrays on a whole other level, got killed by a blow, lay slain by a cane that sailed through the air and came down to the room, doomed and determined to destroy all the gentle, and she never spoke once to Williams and Singer. And you who philosophize disgrace and criticize our fears, take the rag away from your face. Now ain't the time for your tears. In the courtroom of honor, the judge pounded his gavel to show that all's equal and that the courts are on the level and that the strings in the books ain't pulled and persuaded and that even the nobles get properly handled. And once that the cops have chased after and caught 'em, and that the ladder of law has no top and no bottom. Stared at the person who killed for no reason, who just happened to be feeling that way without warning, and he spoke through his cloak, both deep and distinguished, and he handed out strongly hope, penalty, and repentance. Williams and Singer with a 6-month sentence. And you who philosophize disgrace and criticize all fears, bury the red most deep in your face. Now's the time for your tears.
This was Bob Dylan's The Lonesome Death of Hattie Carroll. This came out in March 10th, 1964. It is an awesome song. Just the folk feeling of it brings me in. Him sitting down, telling the story, told Hattie's story from the beginning to the end, how Hattie passed away at somebody very racist that couldn't be patient because of whatever prejudice he had. Struck her with a cane. After that, she passed away, leaving behind 10 kids. I like that line. He said, she was once head of the table. Now she's clearing the table, basically because she was a barmaid. And that's just sad. That's a very, very, very sad. And whoever this guy Williamson was, that hit her with a cane, only got I think he got 6 months. Those kangaroo courts back in the days were jokes. And I think he got manslaughter. This song was awesome. I'm gonna listen to this song again. I mean, all these stories that he's sharing, he really don't have to do it. You know what I mean? Like I said in Hurricane, like most of our singers, black singers, what some of them wasn't standing up like he did and put this in his art. You know what I mean? And I respect him for that. I would have never heard of a story about Hattie or even know Hattie's story if he didn't put it out. And this is this is awesome. And this shows what type of a human being he is, because we're human beings first. But I just love this whole feel, the way he sat down and just gave it to the crowd, the story to the crowd. This is gonna make me look into Hattie's death, just like I'm gonna look into hurricanes. Hattie could have easily been my mom, or that could have easily been my mom's story, my grandma's story, or my great grandmother's story. So I feel for Hattie and her family. And but like, comment, subscribe, share.
2 through 3s and F&M bullets to rip through tissue. Better say your last goodbyes, cause your fam gon' miss you. A shooting star, so them headshots is not gon' miss you. A young coach, so I'm playing games with her mental.